Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tanuj Gupta. In this video, I am going to talk about monolithic versus microservices based architecture. Currently, I am working with Adobe India and previously I have already worked with few product based companies like Oracle and Samsung. So I have mixed of experience while working with monolithic and microservice based projects. So let's start with that. In the layman term, if we keep technical knowledge aside, we can say this monolithic can be treated as an elephant. Considering upbringing of an elephant is a tedious task. On the other hand, microservice can be treated as a small puppy. It means it is easy to take care of a puppy in a simple and easy way. So I'll taking an example of Amazon or Flipkart app or similar to that. So let's start with monolithic. Let's say we have a black box and this is similar to Amazon or Flipkart app. On the left hand, we have multiple clients associated with this system. Also, this app tries to communicate with its database. Now, if we talk about Amazon app, we have multiple functionalities associated with it. Let's say, being a user or an admin, I want to create some account. So we have the account functionality as a part of this Amazon app. We want to place some order, so let's say we have some order functionality in it. As a part of a different products, we want to search it, so we have catalog functionality in it. On the same page, we have shipping functionality, and obviously we'll be having a UI for this, or we can say we have payment functionality, kind of that. Likewise, so what we can see here, all the application logic is bundled into a single app. So this is what we call it as a monolithic. So a single heavy application. Now let's say I have started writing this service. So obviously for me it is easy to understand and develop any kind of a functionality related to Amazon app. With the time, let's say the new member comes in, and being a part of a team members, everyone just contributes the code, and this is going to be a huge code. So it would be difficult to understand for a new member. So it means as soon as I make some changes in an existing functionality, or let's say I want to add some new functionality in terms of reporting, what we need to do, we need to redeploy this app. So deployment of this whole app would take some time because we just need to run unit test, and then E2A test, then integration test, then load test, kind of that. So it is going to be a lengthy deployment. So what we say, as a part of monolithic architecture, it is going to be a lengthy deployment. And as we see, all the functionality are the part of a single app. It means all the dependencies can be treated in a shared library. So that we called it as a high coupling. So this is a highly coupled system, because of all the shared library. Now obviously, let's say we see a peak in terms of payment. So being an individual functionality, we need to redeploy the whole app. So it means we need the multiple instances of these apps. So scaling is going to be a tough. Scaling is going to be tough for the monolithic model. And as I said previously, being a initial member of the team, if I have started this app in Java, so all the other members, whoever wants to contribute the code, they just need to code it in Java itself. They cannot change the language. So coding is dependent on language. So this is all about in terms of monolithic application or monolithic architecture. On the other hand, I'll try to explain how this monolithic architecture can be fitted into a different microservices. So let's start with that. Micro service. As I said, in the monolithic architecture, the functionalities like account, UI or payment, as soon as the code is added and this functionality is going to be too complex. So on that note, we can think of each of these functionality being a single microservice. So what we can do, we can treat this account as a single microservice, and this account is associated with its database. On the same page, we can have the UI as a single microservice. This can be associated with its database. Let's say shipping is a microservice, and on the same page it can be treated as database. And on the other, on the same page, we can have all this payment, reporting, shipping, catalog, kind of a microservice. And now all these microservices communicate via API. So it means they can communicate with its API only. Likewise, on the same page, we have multiple clients associated with this system, and how they try to interact with this system in terms of various microservices. We have a API gateway in terms of a REST layer in between. So this we call it as an API gateway. And this is how multiple customers try to interact with the system. So now what we can say in terms of microservice, each functionality is treated as a microservice. Each function can be treated as microservice. In terms of feature, if we want to change few line of codes in any of these microservices, so it is very easy to do that. Let's say we want to modify some code in account, so then we just need to deploy the account app only. So this is what we can say easy deployment. Easy deployment. And as a part of a deployment, let's say we see few of the failure as a part of account, then it is not a whole app crash as we saw in monolithic architecture. In case few of the feature is not working, it means the whole system is crashed. So this is not the same case in terms of microservice. And obviously in terms of each microservice, we have JUnit test cases, then E2E test cases, then integration test cases, then we have a load testing in place so that each of these microservices is working correctly. So we can say we have a easy CI/CD in place. And obviously, being a different microservice and the code is going to be different for each of the service, it is easy to code in different language. Let's say based on the demand, we can say this account is coded in Java, or based on some requirement, we can say the catalog. Let's say we have a catalog over here, and we can have one more microservice in terms of catalog over here that can be implemented in Python. So that's why we have a choice of language choice. In this. And obviously as we have a different microservice altogether, then we can say this is an example of low coupled system. And with time, if we realize that we have a huge traffic in the payment microservice, then we can scale this payment app independently. So what we can say, scaling is easy. And obviously, this is a word of microservice, and parallelly we talk about distributed environment. So all these microservices are bundled into a single container, what we call it as a containerization. So it means each of this microservice is independently deployable. You can say independent deployable. So I think this is all in terms of monolithic and microservice architecture. In my upcoming video, I'll try to explain and will try to cover a demo of one of these microservice so that you will understand how the microservice world adjust or how you can implement a different functionality in terms of different microservices. So if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button, and if you have any kind of a doubt or feedback related to the video or any of the video, feel free to comment in the comment box. Do not forget to subscribe this channel and please share it with your friends and family. Thanks a lot.